Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first date makeup. This is what it looks like. It came out very beautiful. I'm very happy with what it came out with. But I got the inspiration from ThaTayla. She did a sponsored video. This video ain't sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I'm just throwing that out there. But I'll try to remember to leave her video down below or in the card somewhere because, you know, always give credit to the inspiration. But pretty much when it comes down to it, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this no foundation first date makeup look. So I'm going to be going giving my tips and tricks throughout the video on why I'm choosing what I'm doing and what can help you have the most beautiful face on your first date. So if you like these kinds of videos, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and also be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you guys a part of this family. It would mean so much to me. You guys have no idea how much I love each and every one of you that have subscribed. So let's just jump right into this video. So I just want to say that for a date, I would not, even if I could wear foundation, I probably wouldn't wear foundation because one, I don't want to worry about the mess. I don't want to worry about him touching my face and oop, there goes my foundation, or have to worry about what if I'm caught in a downpour or this and that. I would suggest, honestly, go with your bare face. I feel like in the end, I like to think of the long run. I like to be hopeful it would go in with the second and third and da. But I would strongly recommend going in with your bare face, very minimal makeup. I mean, just a little bit to go and give your eyes some life, give your face a little flush, because guys like a little flush to the cheeks, a little bit of my lips better. But I would keep the makeup very natural. I wouldn't do anything bold. It might be too intimidating. You pretty much want to do a better you. And that's what it comes down to it. So let's just really jump right into this video. I'm taking the Dr. Brand's Pores No More Luminizer Face Primer. I do have oily skin. Lately my skin has been a little bit dry, so I am going to be putting this, all over my face. And this is going to give my skin like a really nice, luminous, lively kind of look without going ham on the highlighters or anything like that, in case you wanted to, not have a lot of makeup. Now this is the look on first dates. Okay, I was never big into makeup growing up, so me doing my makeup on a first date was just eyeliner, mascara, and that's it. That's all I would do. So this is going to be my new amped up of it. I'm not going to do any concealer. I'm going to leave it the way it is because I just find that, depending on what we're doing, I don't want to be worrying about concealer being on my face or anything, or creasing or anything like that. I'm not gonna, because I'm having a good under eye day, so I'm not gonna go ahead and worry about that. So while I'm gonna let that sink into my skin, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes off of camera for a little bit of eyeshadow. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Morphe 35K. This is a very neutral palette. It's very beautiful. This is more of a cool tone / neutral. I don't really see too many warm tones in here, so if you are sick of the warm tone trend, this is a video for you. But normally I like to keep my makeup, if I were to go on a first date, that is, I would keep my makeup very neutral. I would make it so they wouldn't really focus too much of the attention on my makeup. They'd focus more on me. But I'm going to be using a Morphe today palette. This is not sponsored, by the way, but normally I would go in with a pink eyeshadow, but since, I'm in the mood for this palette, I'm going to be using this. So I'm going to go ahead and take this color right here. I'm going to put that into my crease with a nice fluffy brush. I'm going to be going into this shade right here and putting it into my outer corner. Next, I'm going to be going into this shade right here. I'm just going to be applying that to the inner portion of my lid. Then I'm just going to be taking a random eye pencil in the shade black. Oh crap, come on, get over it. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and just go on the outer portion of my lash line and kind of lightly start dabbing it and creating a line. It can be very sloppy, that's okay. We're going to be smudging that out in a little bit. I'm just going to go and dab it just right where my lashes are. That way it creates the illusion of a thicker lash line. So I'm just going to be taking my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. You want to pick something that's very voluminous, gives you length and volume, does everything you want pretty much to your lashes, whether it's clumpy or lengthy or whatever. But I really don't suggest putting on false lashes. Even if they're very, very natural, I wouldn't suggest putting them on, because I feel like it's too much of a distraction to you and to someone else. Like, they'd be looking at your makeup trying to be like, is she wearing false lashes? You know, at least with my man, he does. So I'm kind of going based on what my man likes, or just in general. Well, if that was the case, I wouldn't be wearing any makeup. But I'm going to just be applying my mascara. I'm going to do that off of camera. And I'm just going to keep it on my upper lashes. I'm not going to put it on my bottom lashes. I have a tendency to go a little crazy underneath my lash line. It usually looks very smudgy and stuff. That's how I like it. But for a first date, I want to keep things very, very clean. So I'm just going to do the upper lash. Brows are a very touchy subject because guys, I feel like guys won't understand what the big hype is about bold brows and what it actually does, because in their opinion they just look like two big caterpillars on their face. So if you want to do a clear brow gel, that would work, or just very lightly fill in your brows. I don't care. I like my brows the way I do, but that's something that would kind of be obvious that they are, you know, wearing brows or like filling them in. So you can always go in with a clear brow gel to at least hold them down to place. But I'm going to go ahead and spoolie out my brows. I like to comb them in one direction to make sure they're all lying how I like it. So now that I do that, I'm going to go ahead and apply my favorite brow pencil. You know, this wouldn't change whether I was going on a first date or not, so I'm going to be putting that on. So in this video, I will not be contouring my face. Now, the point of contour is to create something pretty much that you don't have, to create shadows to make your face look a different way. So if I were to go on a first date, I would like to think of the long one. What if there's more dates? You know, I'm not going to be sitting there if we're going to go to a pool party or something and I can't wear makeup and he's, you know, my face looks different than what it did when the first date or the second date. He's going to know something's up. So I like to keep my face very, very natural, so I won't be contouring. You know, I don't want to be making my nose a different shape or anything, or creating something I don't have. Yes, I do have high cheekbones. They're very, very high and pronounced, but I'm not going to be creating them more pronounced. So I would suggest, if you do want to look very natural, I wouldn't really contour. And if you do decide to contour, keep it very, very minimum. Just barely contour in the divots of your face is my best recommendation. I wouldn't go overboard, because once it washes off and they see your bare face, they're going to be like, she had makeup on. And some guys are into that, some guys don't care. Guys don't like makeup. I've used to read magazines where they said guys don't like makeup, they don't like foundation. So I'm just going to be putting on a little bit of blush just to give the cheeks a nice flush. I have read that guys do like that. So, oh, come on, you stupid thing. So I'm just going to be taking my Romantic Rose, my Tea Rose blush, my Milani one. I'm going to be taking on a nice little fluffy brush. I'm just going to go and dip it in. really tap off that excess, smile, and then I'm just gonna go and put it on. And I'm just gonna put it on the apples of my cheeks, kind of bring it back a little bit, just to give the skin like a nice little flush. Kind of look like you're blushing, but you're not. So I do like blush. I do think it's a nice added feature. I don't know. If I were to choose between contouring and using blush, 9 times out of 10, I'd probably use blush because that is the only thing that really brings life to my face since I don't bronze. Now you guys can do bronzer if you like. I don't do bronzer, so bronze to give yourself some life. I wouldn't go overboard. I would keep it to a bare minimum. So then I'm going to be taking this fluffy brush right here, and I'm just going to go over it and kind of blend it out a little bit more, kind of sheer it out. I don't think I went too crazy with it, but I definitely think the more sheer and just looks like a nice wash of color, the better off you're at. You don't want to be looking like a clown on your first date because that would be really, really bad. Like, now for highlighter, I'm going to be going in with my Physicians Formula Translucent Pearl Powder. This is a very glowy powder. I can use this as highlighter. I love a strong highlight. I really love a strong highlight, but I want to make myself look, I just want to make myself look natural, like a luminous, glowy, natural version of myself. I don't want to look like an oil slick. I don't want to look like I'm sweating or anything. I just want to look very luminous. So I would really suggest going in with something that is, you would have to really build up. That is my best suggestion. I wouldn't go too crazy with it, just like a couple zhuzhes in here. And I would just apply it to my cheekbones. And not even really like apply it, well, of course you could apply it, but just enough to kind of give yourself just a little bit of luminosity without being too crazy, because that is the last thing you want to do, is look like you got smacked in the face with a Tin Man. At least not on my first date. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to my cheekbones. And I really do like this highlighter. It's not talked about enough, I think, on YouTube, or I don't think I've ever really heard anyone talk about it. You can highlight your nose. I do have like a little bit of a shine to my natural nose. I do have oily skin. And I did use a luminous primer, so I'm just going to take a little bit onto my finger, I mean a bare minimum. And I'm just going to put it on my nose and kind of blend out the edges with my other finger to kind of look like it's just natural. I'm going to go back into it a little bit because I didn't have that much on my finger already. I'm just going to take it up the bridge of my nose to kind of give like that nice luminous effect. Then I'm going to go back over it very lightly with my finger to just, once again, look very, very luminous. You don't want to go overboard. You don't want to cake it on, you know. This is pretty much what I would do for my face makeup and eye makeup on a first date, even though I would wear probably pink, because pink I think looks more natural on me. I pretty much gave myself an excuse to use my 35K, so that's pretty much why I used it. Very, very important is to set your face. I'm going to be using a matte setting spray. If you're oily, use a matte setting spray. If you're combo, maybe use a luminous. It just depends on you. I'm combo, but I like to go in with matte stuff, or maybe like a luminous and then a matte spray to kind of mix everything. But I would definitely recommend really getting a setting spray. I know this stuff it's lasted through rain, so I know that this stuff is very good. I would wait before you put on any sort of lipstick do this before you put on lipstick. That is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on. So I know a lot of guys, they don't like gloss. I know that for a fact. They don't like gloss or glossy things. They don't like kissing it or anything. So I wouldn't recommend going in with a Fenty Beauty gloss, even though I would love to do that. Or if you're just saying screw what they think, wear what you want, you can. But I know a lot of people don't suggest wearing a liquid lipstick. This, however, is like a really nice My Lips But Better, even though my lips are kind of more rosy than normal. I would really suggest going in with a Your Lips But Better. I wouldn't go in with a red. You know, that's too that might be too intimidating or something like that, I'm just going to go in with my e.l.f. liquid lipstick. This is one of my favorites besides Rebel Rose. I would also go in with Rebel Rose, but I'm going to go in with this one. This is in the shade Tea Rose. It's just a really nice, very, very, very natural looking liquid lipstick, at least for my skin tone. Very, very natural. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. So pretty much when it comes down to it, wear what you want to wear what you feel most comfortable in. If you don't mind wearing false lashes, wear false lashes. You want to wear foundation? Wear foundation. Wear full coverage, BB cream, whatever you guys want. So it's just a matter of preference. This is what I would wear. Not necessarily this eye look would change, but this is what something I would wear, an option I would wear. So I would definitely recommend it, but in the end it comes down to you. They're gonna, you know, your looks, it's more about what's inside than your outer looks. You can go there with a bare face and that's perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So I just think that you guys be safe if you're going on a first date. You know, always bring some sort of protection or anything like that. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.